Hey guys, happy Sunday. And if we have any dads out there, happy Father's Day to you. I will say that I've been saying the last couple of weeks, if for some reason this glitches and I lose you guys, just please come right back. Hopefully we've got everything turned off. Hopefully we've got all of the Wi-Fi shut down and everything. And hey Casey. And you'll know why that's funny in just a second. But anyway, so hopefully we've got all the other distractions turned off and down so that the Facebook Live will continue working tonight. Hey Suzanne, very good to see you. Gosh, we've already got 5 people, so we're doing great. But so the housekeeping that I have to do, and hey Karen, the housekeeping that I have to do at the beginning of every one of these is, just in case the internet glitches and it kicks us off, please do come right back because we'll be right here in this same spot. And this is a Facebook Live chat, so people will be asking questions and I will be answering. So if you are here now, and today is Sunday, if you're here on Sunday, please feel free to ask questions or to talk back, and I'll answer as best as I can. Or if you're watching this later, this was a live Facebook chat. Hey Lynn. And this was a live Facebook chat, so okay, and Casey's literally sitting behind me and saying that hers is glitching. So I think that's a personal problem. I don't think that has anything to do with me. But anyway, because she is here and we were upstairs in the loft and she is on the Wi-Fi, I am not. So I'm just going to count that as a personal problem. But anyway, so if you're watching this later, this was a live Facebook chat. And so yes, I am talking to people. And if that bothers you, then you need to watch something else. So, and I'm going to keep saying that every week as long as I have people that are confused. Okay, and oh great, we've got one Karen saying that it won't start for her. So here's what I need to know. And hey Betty. Okay, so here's what I need to know. Oh my gosh, there's so many people saying that it's not working. So can y'all hear me at all? And hey Pat. So okay, now I need to know, and hey Melissa, I need to know how many people can hear me and how many people cannot. Because according to mine, it's already on. Suzanne says hers is all good. Robin says hers is working. Casey?
I'm trying again.
Casey's trying again. Pat says hers is working, and Melissa says she can hear me. So I'm going to start talking. Sarah says she can hear me, so I'm going to keep talking. Anyway, so again, happy Sunday. Lynn says hers is good. So happy Sunday, and Karen says hers is not working here yet. So we've got several people that theirs is working fine, and a couple of people that says that theirs is buffering. So I'm just going to keep talking. But anyway, so happy Father's Day if you're here with us. And we have Casey. Oh, Sarah says she's here with her frozen grapes. But we have Casey with us tonight, and we're just going to glance at her. And we're going to call her Preggers. So, because Casey is the pregnant daughter, in case y'all don't remember that from a couple of weeks ago. What?
I said, yeah, because you have another daughter.
Oh, yeah. She said, oh, yeah, because you have another daughter. Whatever. I don't have another daughter. So, hopefully, you guys that are having issues with, oh, no. Okay. This is going to drive me crazy. So, I don't know why you all can't hear me. Who can hear me and who can't, so that I know whether or not I need to start all over again. Betty says she can. Oh, Betty says she can hear. Okay. So sorry, Betty. I read that as I can't hear. And as usual, I'm going to fiddle with my hair a little bit. So anyway, if you can hear me, do a thumbs up. So if everything's working okay on your end, give me a thumbs up. And Christine's here for the first time. Hi, Christine. And Shanna. Oh, hey, Shanna. Shanna actually has, and I'm assuming this is the same Shanna because I think you're the only Shanna that I have. If this is the correct Shanna, she noticed that she just got her air fryer, and she noticed that now, I was talking about a couple of weeks ago on the air fryer chat, I was talking about not touching the red button because you could accidentally pull the basket out. Shanna got hers today, and she actually videotaped herself unpacking it, and now there's a protective cover over the red button. So, and in case you missed the air fryer chat video, that's from a couple of weeks ago. So we actually do have a whole lot to go over tonight, and I know I say that every single week, but we do have a lot to go over tonight, and Casey and I spent the last 2 hours pre-transcribing everything so that as soon as the live chat is over, that we can go ahead and save this and we can upload it, and you will have your transcriptions tonight. I think this one is going to be an important transcription night because you're going to get a whole lot of information and a whole lot of written information. Please do print this out, use it, share it, you know, however you need to use it, but it is going to be a lot of information. And I apologize that when I look up that my eyeballs go away from the glare, but we are upstairs in the loft so that I can read this off of the computer, and so I just don't have eyeballs today. Okay, so today is Weight Watchers Eating Out 101. And eating out was one of the hardest things for me when I started because we were in an open showroom. So in case you don't know this, I own a granite fabrication shop, and we are an open showroom. And so every day, and I'm sorry, Stacy says hers isn't working, and Joyce is doing some little weird, you know, faces, but looks like we're about half and half. You know, half the people theirs is working and about half the people it's not. So if it's not working for you, or if it's, you know, glitching, you may just have to come back and watch the, you know, the feed later, because everything looks fine on, you know, again, on my end. But anyway, so this is Eating Out 101. Oh, okay, and we have one of our Karens, and this Karen celebrates her first year on Weight Watchers. And if you're in our closed Facebook group, you've got to go look at her before and after pictures, or her before and now pictures, because they are, I mean, honestly amazing. And I'm so proud of her, and I'm so glad that you got onto something that's working so that you can hear me. But Karen switched from her iPad to her laptop, and she said now it's working. So I'm wondering, seems like a lot of the people that are having trouble are using an iPad. So if y'all want to switch to a computer, or maybe get off of your Wi-Fi and just use your data, I hate to ask you to do that, but you know, that seems to work. And hey, Kathy from Ontario. So anyway, this is Eating Out 101. We do have an open showroom, and Nancy, I'm sorry, it's buffering. It's working fine on my end, so you know, the guys that are working, that it's buffering, because we've got at least as many people that theirs is working, so I'm going to keep talking. And if yours is buffering, you'll just have to watch it later. And another Karen has joined us, and she is actually celebrating her son's graduation from the Naval Academy. So hey to that, Karen, and I hope, hey buddy, I know I miss you, and I know y'all are having a good time with Andrew. And we are so proud of Andrew because he is actually, and I'm going to see if I'm saying this right, he is the, what's it called? He had the special honor of carrying, yeah, he was the chief recruit, petty officer, I think is what it's called. Karen, you can correct me. But he, anyway, he was pretty special to watch his graduation on Friday. Okay, but so let's talk about eating out. So we're in an open showroom, and it is super hard sometimes to get food. We do have a refrigerator there, and we have a working oven there. You would think that we would be able to cook, but we do have to go out for food quite often. My husband travels a lot, and we travel some for work, so we are faced with, you know, eating out quite a bit. Plus, we just enjoy eating out. And my husband and I we live downtown now, in downtown Knoxville, so we do end up eating out quite a bit. So that's what we're going to talk about tonight, Eating Out 101. You don't need to be scared to do it. I will say this, I'll start by saying this, that if you are going to have a successful Weight Watchers journey, you are going to have to learn how to include some indulgences, which include eating out. If you don't, you are never going to sustain this. If you limit yourself to always eating at home, and you know, and counting grapes and tomatoes, you know, in your hand, if you've kind of like limited yourself to things like that, and if you never go out with people, if you never socialize again, if you just, you know, hide in your house, and hey, Betsy finally found us, good. But if you kind of, you know, hide in your house and never go anywhere, this isn't going to work. So Weight Watchers is a real plan with real food for real people, and actually they should make that their slogan. So somebody write to Oprah and let her know that Kelly, that the egg lady, said that Weight Watchers was a real, what did I say? I already forgot what my slogan was. A real plan with real food for real people. So remember, you heard that here. Just in case Oprah decides to use that, you heard that here first. But it really is, because you have to be able to do this. So like tonight, for Father's Day, Casey and Alan came over, and you know, we wanted to have real food with real people, and I really wanted to be on this plan. So we had pizza, and it's totally good. Therese got it to work on her son's computer. But it's doable, people. I mean, it's totally doable. So the first thing I'm going to talk about on Eating Out 101 is that so tonight we had pizza. So I'm going to start off showing you some food. And tonight's was super easy because we didn't actually have to prepare any. Oh yeah, Karen says, quick, patent that phrase. Yeah, and before you know who steals it. But I didn't actually have to prepare any food for tonight, which the good news is that let Casey and I spend the first 2 hours pre-transcribing everything so that it'll already be ready when we get off. But the bad news is that means that I won't already have like 3 or 4 days of food prepared like I normally do when we get off. So that could be an issue. But the first thing is pizza, totally doable, because I know all of you all have either kids or husbands or a significant other or somebody, people at work that are screaming pizza, pizza, pizza. That's the number one thing I hear, is what about pizza? People saying I can't have pizza. What do I do about pizza? This is a quick and easy trick that will help you with pizza. And we may have to turn the phone around. I'm scared to pick it up now since people are actually getting on, but ask your pizza delivery person, or you can do this like we had ours delivered here to the loft, or you can do it like, at work sometimes we'll do it. Have them double slice it. So on my plate, I have, how many pieces of pizza do I have on my plate? So everybody count for me. I have a half a plate of salad, and then how many pieces of pizza do you all see? So I want some quick answers on how many pieces of pizza before I keep talking. Okay, Casey says I have 2 pieces of pizza. How many do you all see? How many slices of pizza? And I know you all are a little bit delayed from me, so it sounds like I'm asking the same question over and over and over again. But I want to hear from a couple of you all. How many? Okay, Karen says I have 2 pieces of pizza. Yeah, there's 2. 1, 2. 2 pieces of pizza, right? Okay, and this is a piece of barbecue chicken. Is this barbecue chicken pizza? So it has barbecue chicken, a tiny bit of bacon. And Betsy's a cheater. Betsy's a cheater. She's either been listening to me before or, and Dorothy figured it out too. So this is barbecue chicken pizza, and it is 8 smart points per slice. So I have 2 pieces of pizza on my plate, right? And a half a plate of salad. So this looks like plenty of food, to keep me going. This is, and Betty's right too. So those of you who already know this little cheater, this is actually 1 slice of pizza. This is 1 slice. Very good, Michelle. This is 1 slice. So this is 8 smart points for this 1 slice. But I've cut it into 2 because almost everybody, unless you'd already figured this out, thought, oh, that's 2 pieces of pizza. And I'm not kidding when I say this. My brain, even though I do this, I know this, I talk about this all the time, my brain still says, when I cut the pizza in half, my brain still says, oh, that's 2 pieces of pizza. I eat it slower. It lasts longer for me.
And
it can be 2 different kinds. Casey just pointed out, and Prager's over here just pointed out, it could be 2 different kinds. So like tonight, we did have 2 different kinds of pizza, and I could have cut, have them go ahead and pre-cut it, and they'll do it. If you order it that way, if you just tell them to double slice it, they will go ahead and double slice your pizza. Sometimes they forget. This one we ordered at home, so we could double slice it ourselves if we needed to, but do go ahead and ask them, and most of the time they will, if they understand what you're talking about, they will go ahead and do it. And most of the time they think it's just because you need to make the pizza stretch farther. You don't have to explain, you don't have to get on the phone and say, okay, Domino's, I'm doing Weight Watchers and I'm trying to trick my brain into thinking that I'm eating double the amount of pizza. Could you double slice that for me? Just ask them to double slice it. A lot of people will do that too for kids' parties. So if you're having a birthday party for kids, a swim party, it's summertime, that's another great reason to have pizza double sliced. But anyway, so that was 1 slice of pizza for 8 smart points. Cut it into 2 pieces and add a half a plate of salad with some kind of fat-free dressing. And the fat-free dressings usually are about, are 0 to 1 smart points depending on the kind of dressing that's available at your pizza place. So it looks like I'm having 2 pieces of pizza and a half a plate of salad, but this is actually just 8 points, and then it was 1 point for their fat-free vinaigrette. So that's tip number 1, and we have like 100 tips. So as usual, I'm going to talk really, really fast. Tip number 2, bulk it up. And if you've been watching all of my, or if you watched our chat last week, then you know what I'm talking about on the bulking it up. Always try to add something to it. An apple, the salad. So you notice I didn't just have pizza, I also had salad with it. So try to bulk it up no matter what it is, and we're not just talking about pizza now, but try to bulk up whatever it is with some vegetables, some 0-point vegetables or 0-point fruits, so that it feels like you're having more food. I don't know if you all are like me, but my eyes want to see a full plate. And my eyes don't know whether it's 0 points or not, but my eyes want to see a full plate, so always bulk it up. Salad dressing cups, I want y'all to be careful of these. So this is, and of course, holding it up that close to the camera, it looks huge, but this is a to-go salad dressing cup. So, and if you ask for salad dressing on the side, if you get a salad, they will bring you one of these. Does anybody want to guess how much dressing is in this? I want y'all to be really, really careful with salad dressing cups. And actually, if any of you all are from the week 1 chat, Casey says it's too much. If any of you all are watched the week 1 chat, the Weight Watchers week 1 chat that was on last week, which by the way, you can go back and watch all of those. I think there are maybe 18 or 20 different chats now, and you can get to all of those on my blog. That's www.IfYouHaveAnEgg.com. You can get to them on YouTube. Just search If You Have an Egg, all run together on YouTube, or you can watch them here on Facebook. And Holly is exactly right. 4 tablespoons. So this size cup, if you ask for your dressing on the side, or if you get it to go, this is what size cup they're going to give you. This is a 2-ounce container. A 2-ounce container. The 2-ounce container is 4 tablespoons. 4 tablespoons of just regular ranch. Not to mention if it's some fancy concoction, you know, homemade dressing, or, you know, like a specialty of the house, but just regular ranch can be 9 or 10 smart points. So even if you ask for your dressing on the side, if they bring you a cup that's this size, you're going to need to make some other plans. Either stop ordering salads, or get something that's fat-free. Don't get something that's full fat. Or if you haven't already tried it, I do this a lot if they've already brought it to me, and if I did decide, you know, I was going to splurge a little bit and have some kind of regular dressing, not fat-free dressing, and I'll dip my fork in it. And I should have brought a fork up here to show you all, but I'll dip my fork in the dressing, just barely dip it in there, and then, you know, and then get some salad. And I promise, if you do it that way, you'll get a tiny bit of dressing on every single bite. You'll have more than half of this left over. You're not going to use all of this, but for heaven's sake, don't just take the top off and start pouring it on. So I wanted to warn you all about salad cups, because I know everybody that's a civilian that I talk to about Weight Watchers, you know, like they've never done Weight Watchers, haven't been on Weight Watchers, they all say, oh, you must eat salads, you know, all day long. You must just only eat salads. I don't. I hardly ever eat salads. When I eat salads, I'm eating salads because it's a treat, not because, and Melinda is asking if anybody else is having trouble getting on. Melinda, it appears that people that are on, it appears people that are on, sorry, what?
Mobile devices are having more issues.
Yeah, it seems like people that are on mobile devices, some people are having issues, but people that are on a laptop, or like Casey's on her phone, and she's back on. So you may have to restart it. Okay, and anybody who's having trouble getting on, so far so good here. It hasn't dropped us on there. Yeah, Betsy said she couldn't get on with her phone, but she got on with her laptop. So again, if you're here live, if you're not here live, if you're watching this later, then don't worry about it, because you're already here. But anyway, so yeah, okay. Have them hold the bread basket. A lot of restaurants. What I was talking about, the salads. Those people think I just eat salads all day. I don't. I only eat salads because I want to. And honestly, I normally, if I'm going to eat salad just because I want to, just because I do like a good salad, I make those at home. And maybe we'll do a salad chat one week. Okay, another thing, have them hold the bread basket. Nobody's going to die if they hold the bread basket. If you have someone at your table who's at risk of dying, like Alan's probably downstairs twitching right now because I'm talking about holding the bread, and Casey actually just raised her hand. Of course, she's pregnant, so she's, you know, all bets are off right now. She can eat whatever she wants to within reason. But if you do have somebody in your group who's going to be upset if they hold the bread basket, then just have them bring enough bread for everyone at the table who wants some. And I can almost promise you, if you're in a group of more than 4 or 5 people, there is going to be a second person who wanted to skip on the bread, but they were afraid to say something. I always, if there's more than 3 or 4 people, I always have somebody else who is like, they don't jump up and say, hallelujah, thank you that you skipped on the bread. But there's always a second person who skips it. If I skip it, they'll skip it. And I know they're not doing it for me. They're doing it because they wanted to, but they just didn't have the guts to say, something. But just skipping the bread basket, you can save anywhere from 5 to 8 smart points. And when we get to the very end of the chat, the very last thing I'm going to talk about, you're going to want to hold on to those 5 to 8 smart points for something else that's going to be really special when we get to it. Be sure they don't add any butter to fish or vegetables. And I know that sounds weird, but I can't tell you how many times I have ordered fish and not been specific about holding the butter, and it comes swimming in butter. Don't you dare let them, if you ask for it to not have butter on it, don't you dare let them give it to you with butter on it. Just a well-intended cup of steamed broccoli or some kind of steamed vegetables, if they show up with butter on it, that can add 5 smart points to your dinner. And if you were going to spend 5 smart points, you weren't looking for broccoli. You might have been looking for broccoli casserole with cheese in it, but for 5 smart points, you sure were not looking for just steamed broccoli, or at least I wouldn't be anyway. So ask the waiter or waitress, the server. Most of them are very accommodating. Alan, y'all didn't have any problems accommodating people if they asked for things steamed without butter, did you?
No.
Okay. Alan has been a wonderful, fabulous server at both Texas Roadhouse and Olive Garden, and not a problem to accommodate. And there's no reason for you to say I'm sorry, for you to say to make a big long explanation out of it. Trust me, the servers are busy. They've got a lot of things to remember. They have a lot of people to wait on. They don't have time to hear 15 minutes of why you don't need butter. Just say, I have some dietary restrictions. I can't have butter. I need you to leave, or I need you to leave the butter off of my fish or my steamed vegetables or whatever. Great. And my guess is going to be that 99 out of 100 of them are more than willing to accommodate. The 1 out of 100 who's not going to be willing to accommodate, you probably needed to ask to see the manager anyway. But remember, they are busy. They have a lot of other people they're waiting on. Make sure they write it down. If they don't understand what your question is, just let them know. I have dietary restrictions. I'm a little concerned that, make sure this is right. There's not a problem usually to speak with the manager. You're not getting them in trouble. You're just explaining, that you've got some requests. And I can tell you this, if you happen to be at Disney World, which, I should just suggest everybody go. If you happen to be at Disney World, you can ask to speak to the chef if you need to know how something is prepared. So, if you're at a nicer restaurant, a higher dollar restaurant, or somewhere like Disney, I don't have a problem at all asking to speak to the chef to let them know, what my dietary concerns are. Okay, I would avoid any kind of coleslaw. Those are usually, especially like Chick-fil-A, they have the best coleslaw, but it's like, I don't know, it's something ridiculous, like 12 points or something. So I would avoid anything that has unidentifiable contents, looks creamy, something that you just really don't know, like coleslaw, pasta salads, regular dressing, type dressings that you can't, they can't tell you, what's on there, or tea that has flavored syrups added. I've seen that a lot. And the flavorings, if they're sugary syrup flavorings, you could unwittingly get, and hey, from Long Island, Deborah from Long Island, but you could unwittingly add 4 to 6 points to your unsweet tea. If you get, you could have the best intentions and get an unsweet tea and add 4 to 6 points to it, just by having one of those, flavored syrups. So I would avoid those, or ask them if they have a sugar-free, option. Starbucks and Dunkin' Donuts is another place to do that. Always ask for sugar-free options, or have them switch to like light. I think both of them have either light coconut milk or soy milk, something like that. And hey, Deborah said it's her first time catching us live. What?
Starbucks says almond milk as well.
And Starbucks says almond milk at all as well, and they all have skim milk. Okay, so ask for things like that. Now, one little tip in case you have already lost your the week 1 book, the book that you get when you join Weight Watchers, or if you joined online, or if you just misplaced this information, or if you're not even a member of Weight Watchers, but you just need the this information. This will be in the transcripts. Oh, Betty says Chick-fil-A doesn't have slaw anymore. Well, good, because that was a problem. I don't recommend that. I mean, I recommend it highly for the taste, but not for the points. So that's probably just, good. So, okay, so when we do the transcripts, there is a link to the written version of what I'm getting ready to tell you all, but this is handy information that they give you in the very first book that you get when you join Weight Watchers, but you don't have to join Weight Watchers to get this information. So if you're out and you need a guesstimate on the size for something so that you know how many points to count it as, your fist, unless you just have giant hands, your fist is approximately 1 cup. So if you're trying to, if you're saying, okay, I'm going to have a cup of rice, or I'm going to have a cup of pasta, or something, or a cup of soup, your fist is approximately 1 cup. Your thumb from the tip to the base, so that's this area right here, the tip to the base of your thumb is approximately 1 ounce of meat or cheese. So if you're trying to determine, how much meat or how much cheese you just got on your plate, that's what that is. Your thumb from the tip to the first joint, so that's from here to here, that's approximately 1 tablespoon if you need to estimate a tablespoon. Your fingertip from your fingertip from the tip to the first joint, so that's from here to here, that is approximately 1 teaspoon. Your fingertip from the first joint to the second joint, so that's from here to here, that's approximately 1 inch. Cupped hand, if I can get my hand turned around here, but so your cupped hand, that is 1 to 2 ounces of nuts or pretzels. So if you're in an eating out situation, or like at a party or something, and you don't, you're not going to stop, probably not going to stop and measure things, that's approximately 1 to 2 ounces of either nuts or pretzels. And I'm going to go ahead and say I avoid the nuts because I love them too much, and it would end up being a handful and a handful and a handful and a handful. Then the palm of your hand, so this part of your hand, and the palm of your hand does not include your fingers. So it's this part, just that part right there. But the palm of your hand, again, unless you've got some giant meaty hands, or some, unless you're a guy, and have big hands. But let's face it, let's just talk for a second, ladies. The guys are all losing weight faster than we do anyway, and it's just not fair, so we don't care how big their hands are. This part of your hand, the palm of your hand, is approximately 3 ounces of meat. So meat, steak, fish, poultry, that's approximately 3 ounces. So you have measuring devices with you. You don't have to have measuring cups in your, in your purse, or in a, whatever with you. So you can check that. Yeah, Michelle says that's totally not fair about the guys. I know, totally not fair. Okay, these were some surprises. And Felicia says she can't hear that it's frozen. So Felicia, I'm sorry, mine's working fine, and we've got a whole lot of people that theirs is working fine. So I'm going to keep talking. If you're having trouble, again, Casey suggests maybe switching to a laptop. We've got a couple of people, or desktop. We've got a couple of people that are on phones that are hearing fine, and mine's going great. So, and it has not kicked us off. Knock on wood. So I'm going to keep talking. A couple of, and if you did get kicked off, or if you can't hear us, you can always watch it later. And I will say this too. If you're here, this is on the Facebook page, on the If You Have an Egg Facebook page. If you ask questions later, even though, and hey, Jen from Boston, even though I know you would like for me to answer you right now, if you ask me questions, if you have to watch it later and you ask me questions, I promise I will answer them. I answer every single question. So let's see. The surprises that I found, or that I've found while you've been doing this: Red Lobster Cheddar Bay biscuits, 5 smart points. that was kind of surprising to me. And I know some of you are gasping right now. I didn't think that was too bad. I don't eat at Red Lobster very often, but I really didn't think that was too bad. I really thought they were going to be higher than that. So I think I could eat a cheddar bay biscuit. I don't need to eat 2 or 3 like I used to, but I think 1 for 5 smart points, I could probably do that. 1 Crystal hamburger, no cheese, no mayonnaise. So a regular Crystal hamburger, just like they come, an original Crystal, is 4 smart points. And my husband and I are Crystal lovers number, what are we, 28? I don't remember what number we are. But anyway, back a long time ago, years ago, when Crystal had their Crystal lovers Hall of Fame, we were in it. So if you, maybe you were 48. Anyway, if you get a chance to ever see that, yeah, we were in there. Yeah, they made window clings with our pictures, and we were actually on the boxes and everything. But anyway,
it was really creepy to go to Crystal and see your parents' faces on
yeah,
the
Casey said it was. Casey said it was creepy to go to Crystal and see her parents' pictures on faces on everything. But anyway, so yeah, and one of the Karen says I remember that. So it's only 4 smart points. Again, I still don't recommend going to Crystal because you're probably not just going to eat one, but you know, in a pinch, it's only 4 smart points. But on the other hand, a Subway 6-inch tuna, I know a lot of people think, oh, tuna, you know, it's going to be great for me. A Subway 6-inch tuna is 15 smart points. That's too many. That is too many smart points. If I'm going to spend 15 smart points on something, it's going to be on a sit-down. It's going to be on a sit-down meal. Somebody just asked about pizzas. I didn't catch it. I will find you later and I will answer your question. But I do want to say a Pizza Hut pepperoni personal pan pizza. So that's a personal pan pizza. I don't know how many inches those are. If anybody works at Pizza Hut or knows how many inches they are, I'm going to guess they're maybe 6 or 8 inches across, but it's the personal pan pizza. It's 21 smart points for one of those. 21 is a lot of smart points, but for a whole personal pan pizza, especially one with pepperonis on it, I don't think that's bad if the whole rest of the family wants to go to Pizza Hut. You know, so if you can, maybe eat half of it, get a salad to go with it, see if they've got some fat-free dressing. I don't think that's, you know, too bad. I was surprised about that. Sonic, on the other hand, a mini blast. A mini. I'm not talking a small, a medium, a large. A mini Sonic Blast. Most flavors are 26 smart points. I will not be eating one of those ever, ever, ever again. If you can have an entire Pizza Hut personal pan pizza, pepperoni personal pan pizza for 21, I will not be eating a mini Sonic Blast or any size Sonic Blast ever, ever again. That one was a surprise. Casey's going to pass out when I say this one, Smoothie King. A 20-ounce Smoothie King, which again is not huge, 15 to 45 smart points.
He's down there laughing at me.
So, do what?
He's down there laughing
Yeah,
at
so,
me.
okay, so my son-in-law Alan is he's downstairs in the loft attempting to, he's actually doing a really good job of being really quiet. He's laughing at Casey because since she's, I started to say become pregnant. She didn't become pregnant. But anyway, since she's pregnant, she's been drinking a lot of Smoothie King smoothies. Yeah, I guess we'll be checking those out tomorrow. 15 to 45 smart points. I don't know about you all, but I get 30 smart points a day. Yeah, so I will not be consuming any Smoothie King. But a Kentucky Fried Chicken, this one's on my husband's list, a Kentucky Fried Chicken grilled chicken drumstick. It has to be the grilled kind. 1 smart point. 1 smart point for the grilled chicken drumstick. Now you have to be able to find them. The Kentucky Fried Chicken up where he works, not so helpful, but if you can find them, 1 smart point for that. Another shocker, Captain D's seafood grilled white fish tender is 1 smart point. Pretty darn good. A Long John Silver's baked cod, one piece, is 1 smart point. Let's see. Then we have okay. Oh yeah. Oh, this one was Casey accidentally found this one tonight, and we almost passed out. Who has a Potbelly sandwich shop? We have one brand new to Knoxville, and it is downtown. My accountability buddy Karen and I are going to be walking down there to eat one afternoon. May or may not take the husbands with us. We don't know. We haven't decided yet. But does anybody have a Potbelly sandwich shop near you? We're pretty excited to try their, they've got a lighter menu. Their Potbelly sandwich PB&J. Are y'all sitting down? It's a peanut butter and jelly. I'm going to ask him to see one just because I want to see how big this thing is. It's 54 smart points. 54 smart points. It's 1,340 calories for a peanut butter and jelly. This thing's got to be as big as your head. And Jean says that her Weight Watchers leader used to love to tell them that the Bloomin' Onion at Outback was like 70-something points. That's ridiculous. That is ridiculous. This is for a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Okay, so a lot of people haven't heard of it. A Noodles and Company chicken breast, 1 smart point. Pretty darn good. Chick-fil-A grilled chicken nuggets, which are the bomb, by the way. If you haven't ever had them, you can get a 12 count for 3 smart points. And yeah, Jen says that Cinnabon is insane. She's exactly right. And other Karen, I'm so sad that you couldn't get on tonight. But yeah, you can watch the replay and ask me questions, and I promise I will answer them. An Applebee's wood-fired grill Butcher's Reserve 6-ounce top sirloin is only 5 smart points.
Did you actually say how much the grilled nuggets were?
3. Oh, Casey's asking if I said how much the grilled nuggets were. I don't know, but if I didn't, 12 of them is 3 smart points, and they're delicious. And then a Wendy's apple pecan chicken salad. So you would think salad, you know. And what did I say at the very beginning? That I eat salads as a treat now. But a lot of people think, oh, it's a salad, it's good for me. It's a salad, it's good for me. The Wendy's apple pecan chicken salad sounds delicious, but it is 21 smart points. Do y'all remember what else was 21 smart points just a few items back? Anybody remember? This big around? Yeah, pepperoni personal pan pizza. Some days you just want a salad. There's nothing wrong with that salad, but just keep in mind it's the same number of smart points as a pepperoni personal pan pizza. Yep, Stacy's right. Stacy also says the Chick-fil-A regular chicken sandwich is 12. Yep. Okay, so because I have already babbled for 36 minutes, yeah, and Karen says she would take the pizza. I would totally take the pizza too. Yeah, if I'm going to have a salad, I'm going to make it something I want, and I'm going to have it at home. So, because I've already talked for 36 minutes, we're going to run through this list. And remember, this is all going to be transcribed, and Casey and I have pre-transcribed it. So just as long as it takes when we wrap up, it'll just take me that long to get it on here. These will all be printable. You can print them. You can pass them along. You can share them. You can do, you know, whatever you need to with them all. This is all, you know, it's all free, so please use them. And I do put these on. This is what I did for my husband. Okay, and this is not exactly one of those, but remember last week, if you were on our chat last week, we were talking about the note cards. So you know, this eating out thing, this is what I did for my husband. So I put them on the note cards. So just keep in mind, you know, you could print these on the note cards, you could print them out and cut them out, you know, however you need to have them handy, so that oh, and Jen says, I love this, by the way. Thank you, Jen. I love doing it. But so that you can have them handy. So these are all already transcribed. They will be here on Facebook. They will be on the blog, www.IfYouHaveAnEgg.com, later when we get off. And it'll be on YouTube, and you know, and all the other normal places. So, and Sherry's shocked about the salad, and she wonders if it's because of the candied pecans and the dressing, and who knows what else. Cheese, I'm sure it's got cheese on it. And thank you for putting that up, Casey. It's right there. www.IfYouHaveAnEgg.com. So this will all be on there later, so you can print it off, make copies, take it to your Weight Watchers meeting. That would be super helpful and friendly, and they would probably all love you. So let's run down my top 10s. Top 10 favorite fast food eating out 101 spots. Chick-fil-A, number one. Whenever we're at work and Casey says, oh, I'm going to run out and get something for lunch, or Jesse or one of the guys says, oh, I'm going to go grab something, where are you going? And even if I'm not getting food, I always say, where are you going? Oh, and if anybody else is in love with Chick-fil-A, let's do some thumbs ups for Chick-fil-A. And Nancy said it's her first time and she finally got it to work on the computer. Good, Nancy. Okay, so I don't know if that's all.
That's all me.
Okay. Oh, that was all Casey. Okay, all the sudden thumbs ups were Casey. So anyway, it doesn't matter who at work is saying, oh, I'm running out for food. I always say, oh, where are you going? Even if I'm not intending to get any food. But if they say Chick-fil-A, I am on board. And what I get at Chick-fil-A is the 8-count grilled chicken nuggets for 2 smart points, a fruit cup for 0 smart points, and a large diet lemonade for 1 smart point. The medium and the large lemonade does have 1 smart point, even though it's diet lemonade, 1 smart point because it has the lemon juice in it. So that's 8-count grilled chicken nuggets 2, fruit cup 0, large diet lemonade 1. That's only 3 smart points for lunch. So that's why I am on board. Or sometimes I do the cool wrap that Karen was talking about, and that one is 8 smart points, I believe.
Yeah, she said 8.
Yeah, 8. And then for breakfast, if I'm doing a breakfast from Chick-fil-A, I get the egg white grill, which is 8 smart points, a fruit cup, which is 0, and a black coffee, which is 0, and that's 8 smart points. And 8 smart points is a heck of a lot better than the 15 to 18 smart points that I was eating at like Bojangles or McDonald's or Hardee's or somewhere like that. And if you'll notice, none of those places made my list. Okay, number 2, Chipotle. And at Chipotle, they have, talk about somewhere that you can get things made exactly like you want them. I don't know if you've all been to Chipotle, but you go down the line, kind of like you do at Subway. You go down the line and you let them know what you want. And I have yet to meet anyone at Chipotle who was not ready, willing, and able to make my meal however I needed it. None of them have gone, oh my gosh, this woman's crazy, I don't have time for this, whatever. They have all been super helpful. I say that because I always ask for a half serving of the cilantro lime rice, and yes, they will do it. They will do a half serving of it. So a half serving of the cilantro lime rice is 3 smart points. Black beans, then I have them add black beans, that's 3 smart points. The fajita veggies are 1 smart point. Then I have them add barbacoa for 4 smart points, and the total is 11 smart points. And some of you just passed out because that's 11 smart points, but 11 smart points is still less than going over to McDonald's and even getting a kid's meal. And this is real food. Chipotle is real food. And remember things like, if you add things like lettuce or cilantro or tomatoes, any kind of vegetables like that, anything else that you add to bulk it up, because remember, we always want to bulk up our food, that does not add any smart points. And if you have extra points to spend during this trip to Chipotle, 3 of their little flour tortillas, and they're little, and it's the flour kind, 3 of the little flour tortillas, you need to add 2 smart points to that. Okay, next, Panda Express. And I do like Panda Express because I love Chinese, and sometimes you just need some. And again, they're not going to stare at you if you order this. Well, they might stare at you, but they're going to give it to you. So they don't know that you don't have a kid in the back seat or a kid at home that's waiting on this, but I get the kids' steamed white rice. And the reason I get the white rice is because it's the exact same number of points as the brown rice, and it tastes better, I think. Now, health-wise, it may not be better for me, but if I'm getting Chinese, I didn't pull up to Panda Express thinking, oh, I'm going to be heart healthy today. I pulled up to Panda Express thinking, I want me some Chinese today. And Casey's giggling, and Kay and out Gallon's giggling. But anyway, so the kids' steamed white rice is 7 smart points. The kids' mushroom chicken is 4 smart points. And the kids' mixed veggies is 1 smart point. So that's 12 smart points. But what I like about it, and again, 12 might seem like a lot. Oh, and Debbie says she orders kids' meals at Disney all the time. Do it. Do it. Did you know? And hey, Pam. Hey, how are you? So did you all know that the original, like what they make a Happy Meal at McDonald's now, that used to be a regular size meal. What happened to us? So anyway, okay, so Panda Express, kids steamed white rice, kids mushroom chicken, kids mixed veggies. That's 12 smart points. What I like about it is, again, my brain likes to see something big, full, and then my brain wants it to be empty when I'm done eating. So it doesn't want me to have a half of a container left over. And hey, Beth. It doesn't want me to have a half of a container left over and take it home, which I mean, I can do, but the thing I like about this is since I ordered everything as the kids' meal, but it's all, the container's like stuffed, crammed full. The kids' container is stuffed, crammed full, and when it's gone, I'm done because it's empty. So that's 12 smart points. Wendy's, I'm down to like one thing that I like now at Wendy's. I used to absolutely love Wendy's, but I don't know about yours, but ours around here are just awful now. Their food's really not worth it. That 21-point salad, definitely not worth it. But there are days that I just need some chili, and so we'll get a large chili is 7 smart points. 1 packet of their saltine crackers is 1 smart point. and one of their light sour cream, the little light sour cream packets, is 1 smart point, so that's 9 smart points. If you switch it to the small chili is 5. Again, 1 for the saltines and 1 for the sour cream. And then if I'm going to bulk it up, then I'll have, because sometimes we keep salads, you know, like bagged salads or spinach or things like that at work. I'm not going to spend the money on some of their salad mix because it's at our Wendy's anyway, the one near work, it's not ever fresh. It's always wilted and just, you know, ugh. And it's what?
It's icky.
Yeah, Casey agrees. It's icky. So we, you know, if I'm going to bulk it up like that, then I'll just get, you know, keep a bagged salad, you know, or something at work, and put it on there. And don't be fooled into any of their chips or any of their little add-ons or anything, because it just adds too many points. But again, so if you get the large chili, packet of saltines, 1 pack of saltines, and 1 of their light sour cream, which all of their sour cream is light. That's 9 smart points if you do the large, and if you do the small, that would be 7 smart points. And that one's super easy. Kentucky Fried Chicken, if we could keep the ladies in Rocky Top, Tennessee, if we could keep them, yeah, Sheila says she likes my thinking about the portion sizes because she also eats until the food is gone. Oh no. Well, okay, Sheila, I'll talk about this first. So yeah, I want it to be empty. I want whatever the container is to be empty. So I have to understand that about myself, that if I'm going to open the container, it's likely going to be empty unless I have someone there with me to split it up front. I'm going to eat until the container is empty. And so yeah, so that's why I do that with the Chinese. But Eileen says she just ate 3 slices of pizza and now she feels so guilty. Eileen, don't feel guilty, because if you had cut them in half, that was really 6 pieces of pizza. So, wait, that sounds worse. So never mind, forget I said anything. But Eileen, seriously, next time, just get 2 and cut them in half, and it'll feel like you had 4 slices, but you really only had 2 slices. There's nothing wrong, I don't think, with having 16 or 18, you know, or let's see, what would that be, 16 or 24 points worth of pizza. If you had the points, spend them, you know, if that's what you wanted to do. I'm just saying, if you cut them in half and eat them that way, I think it's going to take you longer to eat them. You're going to feel more satisfied, and you also have an opportunity, like Casey said, to eat a couple of different kinds. You know, just makes my eyes happier, which makes my tummy happier. But Kentucky Fried Chicken. And Casey says she had 3 before we started, so don't feel bad, Casey. If we could get the ladies at the Kentucky Fried Chicken in Rocky Top, Tennessee to get on board with this, it would make me very happy, because on one of these little cards that I made for my husband, it has what I'm getting ready to tell you all, and those women keep trying to substitute some other kind of chicken. He needs to get the grilled chicken. So, because from KFC, if you get a grilled chicken breast or the grilled thigh, it's 3 smart points for one of those. The drumsticks are 1 smart point each. The mashed potatoes with no gravy, so no gravy, and it's a little cup. You know, it's just a little cup of mashed potatoes, but the mashed potatoes with no gravy, that's 3 smart points. The green beans are 0 smart points, so that's 6 smart points. Very satisfying. Let's see, Debbie had 3 too, but she cut up the crust at Pizza Hut, but the skinny it up crust, what is skinny it up crust at Pizza Hut?
They stretch the crust to be thinner, so it's actually less points.
Huh, I never heard about that. So Debbie, you're in charge of telling us more about the skinny it up crust at Pizza Hut, because I've never heard of that. Okay, but anyway, so the Kentucky Fried Chicken in Rocky Top, and I'm going to say Rocky Top 3 more times, it's actually La Follette, Tennessee, and they changed the name to Rocky Top, or no, I'm sorry, Lake City changed their name to Rocky Top, but they need to get on board with this grilled chicken thing. KFC, grilled chicken breast or thigh, 3 smart points. Mashed potatoes, no gravy, 3 smart points. Green beans, 0 smart points. Total 6 smart points. All this is going to be transcribed. I know I'm talking really fast. You don't have to write anything down. Just relax. It's going to be here later. So you can print it out. You can print it out from www.IfYouHaveAnEgg.com. You can watch this again later. You can watch it here on Facebook. You can watch it on YouTube, or you can watch it on, and I'm actually 2 down from a pizza place. Kim, if you can hang on for just a second. But anyway, so yeah, Taco Bell. We grabbed this one a lot from work, and this one's super simple. Oh, I completely forgot. One of the tips that I had way back there was to keep fruit in your purse, and I don't know how I completely skipped over that, because it's like on a printed list, which will be on the blog, www.IfYouHaveAnEgg.com. But the reason I had an apple up here I try to keep fruit in my purse, and if I ever see you all out in public, I'll be doing a purse check to make sure that you have an apple or a banana or a clementine or a small cup of applesauce in your purse. And you feel free to do the same to me. Let's just call it a purse check, to check and make sure that we, have that. Because when we get Taco Bell, I get one Doritos Locos Taco, and I either get the Cool Ranch or the, what's it called, Fiery Hot or something?
Fiery,
the
I think.
Fiery, whatever. But it's a Doritos Locos Taco. That's 5 smart points, and then fruit from my purse. So whatever kind of fruit I had in my purse, and that's to bulk it up, because I'm only going to get one taco, and it's not a taco with sour cream. It's just a Doritos Locos Taco, which they're delicious, by the way. But so one of those is 5 smart points, and then whatever fruit I had in my purse to bulk it up, 0 smart points. So the total is 5 smart points. Now, when have you ever left Taco Bell for 5 smart points? And even if you, even if you have other people with you, and they want to eat Taco Bell, you can still have Taco Bell. So you don't have to sit out in the car and be, poor pitiful me. The kids wanted Taco Bell today, but there's nothing I can eat. You can eat. But remember, purse check. Keep some fruit, applesauce cup, whatever in your purse. Okay, pizza place. Blaze Pizza. It's like Subway. You can have it made however you want it. I would load up on the vegetables. I would not get every single kind of cheese they have available, because I think it's like 3 or 4 different kinds of cheese when you first go through. Most of Blaze Pizza's flavors, most of the flavors are the pre-made pizzas are 4 to 5 smart points per slice. And there are 6 slices in the entire pizza. So if you get one of theirs, they have the pre-made ones where they've already named them. I don't know what to call that, but anyway, the flavors that they've named. So the menu selections that they already have, those are 4 to 5 smart points. So the less cheese you get and the more veggies that you can get on it, the less points that it's going to have. So I think that's a great place to get a pizza, because everybody's getting an individual pizza. You're not stuck in a group of people that are getting an all-meat pizza or triple cheese or, something crazy, or they're getting Alfredo sauce, 3 kinds of cheese, 3 different kinds of meat, whatever, and suddenly the pizza's, 12, 13, 14, 15, points a slice. You can have some more control over it because it's, they're individually made. Just keep in mind, though, if you get one of their pre-made ones, it's 4 to 5 points per slice, and the entire pizza has 6 slices. So if it's one of the 4-point ones, even if you ate the whole thing, still just 24 points. And I know somebody just passed out because I said I was going to eat, might eat 24 points for a pizza. But if you have the points, and this is a planned event, and even if it's not a planned event, but if you have the points and you're going to track them, I don't think there's anything wrong with spending 24 points on an entire pizza. Remember, you have to be able to do this for the rest of your life. You can't hide in the car while everybody else is eating pizza. You're going to have to learn to live like this, and I think that can be a good choice. Subway or Firehouse. Firehouse has the under 500 calorie menu options now. I still wouldn't pick a salad. Just saying, because I don't think I would be satisfied with a salad, eating out like that. So instead, I get the under 500 calorie sub hook and ladder on the light wheat with Monterey Jack cheese, and I didn't get cheese this time, but because I'm actually giving it to Casey. Light mayo and mustard is 13 smart points for that sandwich. A bag of baked Ruffles, 4 smart points, and fruit from where? Where, everybody? Fruit from my purse, 0 smart points, and one of my favorites, a jumbo ginormous, and I'll go ahead and get a sip now, lemonade from the Freestyle machine. I get the 0, I go to, on the Freestyle Coke machine, you can choose whatever you want, and I go to the no low calorie section, and I put in about this much of the no calorie raspberry lemonade, and then I fill the rest of it up with the regular lemonade, and it makes just a lightly raspberry lemonade, and it's really good. So this is what the Firehouse option looks like. So here is the 500 calorie, this is the under 500 calorie sub hook and ladder on light wheat with, doesn't have any cheese on it, light mayo and mustard. That's what it looks like. And that is 13 smart points. And then an apple from my purse and baked Ruffles. And those are 4 smart points. So for that whole thing, that's 17 smart points. And again, I know that's a lot, but so like this morning, I had 3 smart points for breakfast. Then I had 17 smart points for lunch, so that's 20 smart points. So I had at least 10 points left for dinner. So we had our 8 points worth of pizza cut in 2, you know, because it's 1 piece, but it's cut in 2, so my brain thinks I had 2 pieces, plus salad, you know, with some fat-free Italian dressing on it, and ba-boom. So I got to have pizza and Firehouse today, both, for Father's Day. So, and I still came out under my points. Plus I got my ginormous lemonade that I love. Okay, now it is, oh my gosh, okay, we technically only have 5 minutes, but I'm just going to keep talking because I still have a whole lot more to talk about. At Subway, a Subway 6-inch cold cut combo, and get all the veggies that you can get. That's 11 smart points. Baked Lays, and they have baked Lays instead of baked Ruffles, 4 smart points, and fruit from your purse again, 0 smart points, and that's a total of 15 smart points. And for anybody that can stay, or if you're going to be watching this later, I still have my top 10 favorite sit-down eating spots, but I'm going to go through them real quick. Okay, so don't go away yet. If you're still here, don't go away because we're still talking. Okay, Dunkin' Donuts. They have the turkey sausage wake-up wrap is 9 smart points. A black coffee, because I don't put anything in my coffee, is 0 smart points. Total 9 smart points. So while everybody else is shoving ooey gooey sugary donuts in their mouths, you can be eating a delicious turkey sausage wake-up wrap for only 9 smart points. Starbucks too. They have great breakfast options. The reduced fat turkey, bacon, and egg white breakfast sandwich is what we had last Sunday before we went to church. And the Cafe Americano venti non-fat milk, coffee is 1 smart point. So 6 smart points for the sandwich. And there's a dog. 6 smart points for the sandwich, 1 for the coffee, 7 smart points. And it was absolutely delicious. Okay, my top 10 favorite sit-down eating out 101 spots. Cracker Barrel, number one. Followed very closely by Panera. But Cracker Barrel is number 1. Cracker Barrel, the grilled chicken tenderloins, you get 4 of them for 3 smart points. Green beans are 2 smart points. Their green beans do have points because it does have a little bit of meat juice. It's not meat juice. It's like stock in it. And then opt for a cup of potatoes, something like potato soup or chicken noodle soup. The chicken noodle soup is 3 smart points. The cup of potato soup is 4 smart points. All the rest of the vegetables have points. The carrots have points. The apples are outrageous. Sometimes I do get the apples as a treat though, but all of the rest, even the cabbage has points. So rather than spending points on vegetables, go ahead and get some soup. So it's 3 for the chicken tenderloins, 2 for the green beans, 4 for the cup of potato soup. That's 9 smart points. That's not bad. Plus you got to have potato soup. For breakfast in the morning, I get the 2 scrambled egg whites, which is 1 smart point, 1 turkey sausage patty, 1 smart point. I spend my points on the cheese grits. And if y'all have been around me very long, you know I love me some cheese grits. The cheese grits are 5 smart points. But remember, I only spent 1 smart point on the egg whites, 1 smart point on the turkey sausage patty, 5 on the cheese grits, and then a fruit cup for a total of 7 smart points. Panera. We do have to get delivery from there sometimes, you know, for work. I know Casey goes, have to. We have to. That's what I tell myself on the days that we do order Panera is, oh no, we have no food. I had to get Panera. But anyway, I love their low-fat black bean soup. 1 cup of that is 4 smart points. The full roasted turkey and avocado BLT on sourdough for the half of a sandwich is 6 smart points. And a fruit cup is 0 for a total of 10. So that's on their pick 2. I think, is it called pick 2?
It's a you pick 2.
You pick 2. That's on their you pick.
The fruit cup is an extra charge, but.
Okay, Casey used to work at Panera, so her insider information is, for your information, the sandwich and the soup is on the you pick 2, and the fruit cup is available, hey Karen, is available at an extra charge. So, but that's 10 smart points for all of that. Noodles and Company, don't get to eat there very often, but that was a favorite of my mom and I before she got so sick. But I would get the small Bangkok curry, which is still like this big. It's a small, but it's a really good sized bowl. The small Bangkok curry pasta is 10 smart points, and then I would get the tofu put in it for 5 smart points, and the total on that is 15 smart points. And that, I'm telling you, full. Full to the point that sometimes I considered taking some of it home, but I didn't. I ate it. Okay, First Watch, really good egg options. I mean, they've got a whole bunch of brunch ideas, but they have a cafe seasoned veggie burger that's only 5 smart points. You can get a fruit bowl for 4 smart points. It's got some extra stuff in it to give it some points. Sorry. You'll know I get parched when we talk for an hour, and we're right at an hour. But that's a total of 9 smart points. And if you can hang in with me, we've only got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more to go. And remember, all of these will be transcribed because Casey and I have already done that part. And okay, so the pizza that I was just showing you, the dog is like, he's like almost in my lap licking his chops. I'll let y'all see him in just a second, but he is dying to get up here and eat either the pizza or the sandwich that I just showed you. Anyway, so if you can hang in with me just a few more minutes, and we've got just a couple more to go, and these will all be on the blog, www.IfYouHaveAnEgg.com, so that you can print them out, so don't worry about taking any extra notes or how fast I'm talking. Okay, Applebee's. So, how many times have y'all gone to Applebee's and thought, I need to get a salad or a soup and a salad because I'm on a diet? And thank you, Casey. Don't. And I keep telling my husband this when he travels out of town. Get a steak. Because their wood-fired grill butcher's reserve 6-ounce top sirloin steak is only 5 smart points. And then if you get the Little House salad with the fat-free Italian, it does have some cheese and, croutons and stuff on it. That's 7 smart points, but the total on that is 12 smart points. Or you could have opted for some, steamed broccoli or something like that. But a steak and a salad? I'm doing a steak and a salad. Because if you just get one of their salads, just like a regular salad, they're between 15 and 25 smart points. I'm getting steak. Okay, Olive Garden, herb grilled salmon is 12 smart points. It's a big portion of salmon. Alan can probably attest to that. Steamed broccoli, no butter. Remember to ask him, and I think it comes like that, but remember just to say no butter. And then if you get the famous house salad, because it comes with everything, a serving, which is approximately a cup, is 5 smart points. So you've got 12 for the herb grilled salmon, 0 for the steamed broccoli, no butter, and 5 for the famous house salad, 17 smart points. That is still less smart points than if you just get a salad somewhere. Still less. And I promise you, 21 or 17 points more delicious. Okay, IHOP, simple and fit veg. And IHOP, you can get this 24 hours a day. You don't just have to get this for breakfast. So there's plenty of times that we end up at IHOP at 11 or 12 o'clock at night when we're traveling. Simple and fit veggie omelet, and it's on all their menus. I think all across the country has the simple and fit menu now, and they've got lots of other items on it besides just the omelet. I just happen to like the omelet. But the simple and fit veggie omelet is 10 smart points. 2 turkey bacon strips is 2 smart points, and then you can get a mixed fruit cup for 0, so that's 12 smart points. And I got to tell you, at midnight, when you've been driving for 6 or 7 or 8 hours and it's time to stop and get gas and grab some food, that is good. It's really good. Okay, we're back on the Potbelly Sandwich Shop because these are popping up everywhere. Again, we've got one here in downtown Knoxville that just opened, and I know they're popping up in a bunch of other places. They have a Skinny's menu, and they have a Skinny's hammy sandwich without additional toppings is 10 smart points, and a pickle for 1 smart point for a total of 11 smart points. But I can tell you what a fun, cute place to eat. Nobody else that you're going to be with is going to have any idea that you have taken them somewhere that is on your Weight Watchers plan because you're trying to stay on plan. It's a fun, cute little sandwich shop. So that's something you can get from there. If you have Chili's, and I think everybody has Chili's, here we go again with the steak. I'm telling you, don't get a salad. Their fajita explosion salad, I think is what it's called. That's what I used to get. It's like 35 smart points for the salad, and it's a delicious salad, but it's like 35 smart points. Instead, you can have the prime rib for 10 smart points, a side of black beans for 3 smart points, steamed broccoli, remember no butter, for 0 smart points for a total of 13 smart points. So you could technically, not just technically, really, you could have 3 orders of prime rib, black beans, steamed broccoli with no butter. You could have 3 orders of that for the same number of smart points as 1 of the fajita explosion salads.
You could feed your entire family prime rib.
Yeah, you could. You could feed your whole family prime rib. That's crazy. That's insanity. Why would I pick the salad? The salad. And I just got into an argument with my Sunday school teacher during Sunday school this morning about that, because he just got back from his annual visit to his heart doctor, and he said, well, I guess I'm back on salads again. And I was like, Fred, you have got, move in with me. Come live with us for 30 days. I promise you, you will lose the weight that your doctor wants you to lose, and you won't eat a salad. Anyway, you could have 3 orders of prime rib, black beans, and steamed broccoli. 3 orders of it for the same amount of smart points as just that one salad. Okay, and here's the piece de resistance. I'm going to make you wait just a second on it, because I wanted to mention again how many additional resources you have. We've been talking about index cards. Use them, make them. Casey's going to make us, she's going to make us up some, and I actually may have a contest for, like draw somebody's name for one. We might do that next week. So use those, use the note cards. And if you don't remember how to make the note cards, go back and look at last week's chat, and it'll talk about how to make them. Use the index cards. I send those with my husband for eating out. I keep them in my purse. You've got, the blog, which everything is free. Free to print, free to share. Use it. I want you to use it. That's www.IfYouHaveAnEgg.com. On Pinterest, you can see all of my meal ideas, and I'll be putting the eating out, things on there. But that's, if you go to Pinterest, just look up If You Have an Egg, All Run Together. Instagram, If You Have an Egg, All Run Together. You're here on the Facebook page right now. We have a closed Facebook group. The link to that will be in the transcripts. My app, If You Have an Egg, it's just If You Have an Egg. Oh, hey, Robin says she's a newbie from Illinois, and her daughter goes to college in Knoxville. Go Vols! Yeah, all right. And Stacy says she struggles because she doesn't really like a lot of veggies. You can hide a lot of veggies and a lot of things, and maybe we'll do a chat about that one night. But anyway, on the app, it's available in the Apple, the iTunes store, and it's available for Android. It's just If You Have an Egg, All Run Together, or the link to those will be in the transcripts. But yeah, it'll all be listed there. So you've got lots of resources. Use them, print them out, share them, give them to other people. Just use them. And the YouTube videos are always on If You Have an Egg. And Casey said, yeah, Stacy, I don't like veggies either, but Mom hides them. I do. I'm really good at hiding them. Okay, so here's the piece de resistance. So if you made it to 1 hour and 6 minutes, you get to hear about this. And if you're watching it later, of course, you get to hear about this. Okay, Cheesecake Factory. So everybody just stop and take a moment. Yes, I just said that it was okay to eat at the Cheesecake Factory. That's probably the #1 place that I see people go, oh, Cheesecake Factory. I'll never be able to eat anything there. Everybody wants to go to the Cheesecake Factory. I'm going to go, and I'm going to have to get, what? A salad. You're not going to have to get a salad, even though there's a salad in this list I'm going to give you. But yeah, it's not poor pitiful me. You can do this. You have to be able to do this for the rest of your life. And I already forgot, what's our new slogan? Real. It's a real plan for real people who want to eat with real food. So remember, real plan for real people eating real food, or something like that. And us that were in this group tonight, in this chat tonight, we are going to coin that phrase, and we're going to grab that before Oprah grabs it. So, or if you hear it somewhere else, just remember you heard it here first. So, Cheesecake Factory, and Karen, one of the Karens, is exactly right, the skinny menu. So, the Skinnylicious Mexican chicken lettuce wrap tacos. 1 serving is 6 smart points. The tossed green salad, because it does have some other things in it, is 3 smart points. 1 tablespoon of the Skinnylicious vinaigrette. And remember, this size cup, if you get it on the side, that is not 1 tablespoon. That is 4 tablespoons. So, you need to figure out how to only get 1 tablespoon, but 1 tablespoon of the Skinnylicious vinaigrette is 0 smart points. I can guarantee you, if you get more than 1 tablespoon, that 2 tablespoons is not also 0. I would say 2 tablespoons is probably 1 smart point, 3 is probably 2. So I'm thinking it's going to go up after you get past the 1 tablespoon. But then guess what? So you've only spent 6 smart points on your lettuce wrap tacos. You spent 3 smart points on your, oh my gosh, and Betty says she's never even been to a Cheesecake Factory. Okay, I'm so excited I'm going to have to take another sip of my lemonade. So, oh, Casey needs lemonade. So 6 smart points for your Skinnylicious Mexican chicken lettuce wrap tacos. 3 smart points for a tossed green salad. And 0 smart points for the Skinnylicious vinaigrette. So that's 9 smart points so far. So guess what? That's only 9 smart points. I usually spend between 12 and 18 smart points for dinner. So guess what else I'm going to have? You need to take 2 people with you to do this, because I don't trust myself to do it otherwise. But if you just take 2 friends with you, and this feels like a pyramid scheme. So I'm going to take 2 friends, and you take 2 friends, and then they're going to take 2 friends. Get a piece of original cheesecake. Okay, everybody just breathe for a second. I just said cheesecake. Get a piece of original cheesecake and cut it into 3 pieces. Cut that 1 piece of original cheesecake into 3 pieces. That is 8 smart points. So we're going to have 1 serving or 1 order of Skinnylicious Mexican chicken lettuce wrap tacos for 6 smart points. A tossed green salad for 3 smart points. 1 tablespoon of Skinnylicious vinaigrette for 0 smart points. And 1/3 of a piece, because remember you brought 2 friends with you, and I'm glad to be one of those 2 friends. You brought 2 friends with you, so you're going to get 1/3 of a piece of original cheesecake. Real cheesecake. This is not sugar-free cheesecake. This is not diet cheesecake. It's not fat-free cheesecake. It's real. Cheesecake. It's what?
It's come from the heavens cheesecake.
Okay, Casey says it is come from the heavens cheesecake. This is real cheesecake, 1/3 of the piece for 8 smart points. Do me a favor. Do not go there alone, and get a piece of cheesecake. But for all that, 17 smart points. So, show of thumbs ups or hearts, who wants to eat a meal like that and have cheesecake, 1/3 of a piece of cheesecake, and still have only spent 17 smart points? So remember, you could have either gone to Wendy's, gone through the drive-thru and eaten it in your car, a salad for 21 smart points. 21 smart points for that Wendy's pecan chicken salad, or 45 smart points for that peanut butter and jelly sandwich, wherever 54. It was. 54, how many did I say? 54 smart points, whatever. But seriously though, 21 smart points. So let me just go back up here and make sure that I got my numbers right. Wendy's apple pecan chicken salad is 21 smart points, or you can go to the Cheesecake Factory and have 1/3 of a piece of cheesecake with your meal and spend 17 smart points. It's just me. I think that's a much better value for my $1. And no, you're not going to do that all the time. I mean, that's not going to be an every week, treat. But birthday, people are saying, where do you want to go for your birthday? I'm picking Cheesecake Factory. Anniversary, Cheesecake Factory. Valentine's Day, Cheesecake Factory. So, anyway, I hope this helped. This will all, again, we've already done the transcriptions, so I'm not going to be up until midnight. Hopefully this means I'm going to be, done about 11 o'clock. But all of the transcripts are going to be here on the Facebook page. They're also going to be in www.IfYouHaveAnEgg.com. And you can watch this later on YouTube. And I hope that Weight Watchers Eating Out 101 was helpful. And I hope you all learned something that you didn't already know. And, Betty's got to go because her battery's dying. Bye. We're almost done, Betty. We're going anyway. But I'm so glad that you all are here. Oh, and I promised y'all Dusty. Hold on. He got a haircut. Let me show you. Oh, goodness. You're heavy, buddy, even with a haircut. Okay. Look at the...
He's like, the pizza's right there.
He says he sees the pizza. The pizza, okay. So, literally just here to his right is the sandwich. And just to his left is the pizza. I mean, like within reach. So, he's like, Mama, I don't understand. What are we doing? Because... I want the foods. I don't know why I'm not getting the foods. But anyway, don't know what we're doing next week yet. I may try to sneak over to Sam's and go ahead and get that one done. Sam's is going to take a lot of time, so I'm not promising anything. But anyway, this was Weight Watchers Eating Out 101, and I hope it helped you, and I hope to see you next Sunday. Thank you, everybody. Go have your 1/3 of a piece of cheesecake and let me know who the 2 friends were that you took. Have a great week, and I'll see you next Sunday. Bye.